As a homeowner, nothing brings peace of mind like being able to instantly open my phone and check out what is going on in my front yard. Here you can see I have a wide view of everything that's happening out here. So if I hear a sound or anything, in a few seconds, I can tell what's going on because of my Vivint smart home that I have. Well, in today's video, we're going to be checking out the new Vivint Outdoor Camera Pro 3. You can see right up there, that one camera is able to see everything that's going on here. A huge thank you to Vivint for sponsoring this video. Let's get started. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of DIY and getting everything installed myself, but sometimes it's nice that I don't have to get up on the ladder and Vivint is able to come out and install everything for my system. And if you are wondering how this is installed, they did use one of my power over Ethernet cables out here, and then they have an adapter inside that is plugged into, but if you don't have that, that's okay. They will figure out how to get it installed where you want it. So here they've added the new camera. It has a really nice sleek design. Here we have the Spotlight Pro, and this is going to be able to light up exactly where it sees somebody. Here we have all these different array of lights. You have 12 different lights that you can control. You can adjust the brightness, tons of stuff we're going to talk about here. And then up top here, we have the Outdoor Camera 3 Pro. So you can just get the camera or you can have it with the Spotlight Pro. Now, some of the really cool things this can do is it has radar enhanced AI. So it's going to be able to detect how far away a person is from a car and then notify you when somebody gets too close to a car. And then there's a bunch of other features. We have 4K, a very nice crisp image, and then it has 5 times zoom. So you're going to be able to get really close into different parts of your home. Let's dive into the app and learn more. Now, diving into the app, you can see that this is a full security system. Now, I've already done a previous video on how all of it works. You can check that out at the end of this video, but here you can see my system is armed or disarmed. And then scrolling down there, you have quick access to the camera. So here we have the doorbell, and there we have the driveway camera with the Outdoor Camera Pro 3. Now, one thing that I love about the Vivint app, they make it so you can actually customize this view, something I don't really see on other smart home apps. So here I can go in here and I can choose if I want a tile view. There you can see it simplified. If I have a bunch of cameras, that's going to be really helpful. Here, if I want to have the simplified view, so now it's tiled and simplified, or we can go back to the full width and simplified. So there you get the full view of the cameras instead of having all of the different details there. But sometimes you might want to have the details. I like having them. So that's what we're going to go with today. Now, diving into here. So if we just tap the play button, there we can see the full view. If I tilt my phone, there we have the full widescreen view, and we have all the controls on here. There we have the rewind button that can see all our previous history. Here we can arm our system. So here we have the speaker button there. If I hold it down, I'm then going to talk through the speaker outside on the camera.
Hey, get out of here.
And I can turn up the volume here and I can hear what is going on outside. If I want to just simply take a picture, I can do that quickly. And then here I have the option to turn on and off the light. Now, if I hold this down, I can also adjust the brightness right there if I want to, and turn it off as well. So a ton of things that you can do right there within the view of the camera, and there on this page, you are seeing those all. Now I can go right here and I can see all the events that are happening. So this is every time it sees something, it's then going to record a clip. And you can choose if you want to have it record clips for people, any detection, or a vehicle, which is really nice that you can specify that. Or if you have a certain plan under the rewind, it can go in and then it can show me the last 10 days, 24/7 video history. So I can go into today and I could choose a previous day if I wanted to, but I love this because then it gives me the option to, instead of just choose a clip, I can choose a specific 5 minutes of time that I can then share. So I have the full event that happened instead of broken down into little clips. Now, if we go back to the camera view, one of the coolest parts about Vivint cameras, and you may have heard it before, is the deter feature. And when that is on, when the camera detects somebody in a detection zone, it will automatically send an audio alert to let somebody know they're in the zone. Let's go into some of the settings here that we have available. And there are a ton of different settings. Like I mentioned, we have the notifications, so you can choose if a person is detected. So let's go ahead and turn that on. And there you have deter is triggered or a vehicle is on. So I'm going to run outside and you can watch my notifications and see what is happening. So there we received a notification, and there you can see that it has a little GIF image of me standing out there, and I can even see the lights turned on because it's getting a little dark. So we can tap on that and it will jump right into the live camera view, and you can see that I am no longer there. But let's check out the events and see what happens. So there you can see a person near a vehicle was detected. Now, one thing you'll notice is that it's already recording before I even enter the camera view. And so it's always pre-recording a little bit. So it can add that to each event so you can see the full event of what happened instead of just at the very last second when it may have caught the detection. It's able to record even before then. Let's check this out.
That's cool.
All right, so it just sent the alert. I heard the whistle and it's waving the light back and forth to alert me that it has detected me. Let's see what it looks like inside. So there you go. It caught before it was detected and even after it was detected, and there the light is continued to be on, and you can even see the light where it is. That was the perfect demo of how that works. Very simple, very easy to use. And then I loved how in here under my events, so I can go to all events, it gave me that notification that it was a person near a vehicle. Because it's using that radar to detect there's a vehicle and there's a person, it can give me that notification about what is actually happening. Then if we go into our events, you can see other events here. You can see me running down the stairs here from the other doorbell camera that we have. So it's really cool how I have everything all in one. I don't have to jump between different apps and everything is right within here. And after enabling all kinds of notifications here, we're getting person layering detection, we have vehicles and all kinds of things happening there. Next, you have the detection zone. So I've set up this little box here so that it only notifies me when somebody comes into that zone. If they go on the outside here, like the sidewalk, I don't want to be notified, so I have that turned off. And then you can also adjust the sensitivity. So if you're finding you're getting too many notifications, you can come in here and turn that down without adjusting the zone. Now, the really cool part about this is the deter mode. So deter is something you can turn on to kind of arm your outside of your home. And when that's on, certain things are going to happen if somebody gets into that detection zone. So here we have the option to adjust the deter settings. You get this as soon as you set up the camera, or you can go back in the app at any time and adjust it. So it walks you through it. If someone steps into my detection zone, so you can tap on that to adjust it if you need to. When deter mode is on, my spotlight will then, and you can click right here and you'd say, yes, I want it to follow them. So it can track where they are. And then if they stay there longer than however many seconds, let's go ahead and choose let's say they're there for 25 seconds. The light will then what? So you have a bunch of different actions here. You can choose a strobe effect. You can choose wave, where it's gonna tilt back and forth. You can have it do this circle effect. You have flood. You could have it continually follow, or you can choose no light. So let's go ahead and do the continue follow. I want to see what that looks like. And then you can choose a sound. So you can choose no sound, or you have all these sounds that once you hear them, you'll probably know who has a Vivint camera. But here, let's try some of them.
Camera recording.
All right, so we got a lot there. Let's go ahead and choose the whistle and save. So now all of that's going to happen when deter mode is on and it detects somebody. Then you also have the option to adjust the deter schedule. So instead of just having it automatically turn on when it's armed, you can come in here and turn it on a schedule. So I could have every day from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. deter mode is on. And then you can say when it's armed, always or never, but we have the on the schedule. So that's nice that whenever it's nighttime, your home is then protected and you can save that schedule. And let's go ahead and check out some of those other lighting options, the wave, the floodlight, how all of that is going to look whenever your deter is triggered. We're back on the camera. Here we can turn on the deter mode and let's see what that looks like. Now that I have my deter setting set, as soon as I get into the detection zone, there it's going to start following me. So I have it following me for 25 seconds. So if I move all the way over here, it's adjusting those different LED lights so it can illuminate me from the camera view, which is really cool. But then if I'm staying here in this view for too long, it's then going to sound the deter sound, which we set as the alarm. And there, of course, that's pretty loud, so I probably need to get out of here. And there it's playing the new animation of circle on the LEDs as well. Okay, here we have friendly deter with spotlight. No. Here we have strobe with recording.
Camera recording.
Now let's check out how bright that Spotlight Pro is from out here. So here we have the light off and let's turn it on. And there you go, that brightens it up a lot. Now don't look directly at it as you will see dots everywhere. But here you can see all the way down here, I'm very well illuminated, the license plate as well, and we can go pretty far back. Now currently this is sitting at only about 70%, so I can go even brighter here. And there we are at 100% brightness. That is great. That is illuminating the entire driveway here. I don't know if you can see now, it's providing a shadow where the big street lamp was providing a shadow the other way. Let's drop it down to 50. Here at 50, that's a nice dim light, not so bright when I look over in its direction. And here dropping it down to about 10%, just a little bit of light there. If you were in a really dark area, that would be perfect. And then again, I love how you can adjust or disable each individual LED if you want more control of what's going on. Maybe it's too bright on one side of your home. You could turn that off so you're not getting any glare from it bouncing off a wall or something like that. So I'm really impressed by how bright this spotlight can be. Now let's go to the light settings. So here you can adjust deter again, but a few rules that you can turn on is maybe you just want the light to turn on every night at sunset and turn off in the morning at sunrise. So you can turn this on and then it will do that. You also have the option where if deter is off and it's nighttime and it detects somebody, it's then going to turn on the light. So that's nice just to have it illuminate the area. Maybe you have it in your backyard. Every time you walk past, you want the light to come on. You can easily do that. And here at the smart panel, we then have the option to go right into the camera and view the full live stream. So here we can see everything that's going on, seeing who is arriving at home. And if we see something happening, we can also hold down on the microphone and use the two-way talk.
Hey, you kid, get off the lawn. Please stay away from the vehicle.
And they can clearly hear me through the speakers outside. And if we are concerned, we also have the option to instantly arm with the stay or away right here. And then we can go back to the panel here and we have the lighting control. So there we can instantly turn off and on the spotlight light. So then that can increase the brightness out there so we can have a better view of what is going on. But the next thing I want to talk about is night mode and how this is actually going to look. So here under video, we have the option to adjust the quality. In this video, I do have it on highest quality. And then here we also have the option to adjust the night vision. So night vision is where it's going to turn on the infrared lights and then make it so it's black and white. Now here it's only showing two different options. So you have night vision off, where it's just going to be the color at night. So if you don't have a light nearby, you're not going to see very much. But you have the auto, where it's going to automatically turn on the infrared lights, so it's a black and white image and you can see much better in pitch blackness. Oh man, that needs a paint job. But there's a few other options now that we have the Spotlight Pro. We can have that be enabled and turn that on and see what that looks like. So let's go ahead and walk through the 4 different scenarios in which you want to use different night vision settings. And here we are during the daytime doing a license plate test. Here you should be able to see me crisp and clear, as well as the license plate. We're gonna go really far back, see how far we can go here. All right, there you go. That is very far away. Let's check out that 5x zoom. And with this demo, I have night vision off, but when it detects me, it's going to turn on the spotlight. So there, it's constantly lit up. Night vision is turned off, so now it's color at night, but that is a very bright light, and you can see how well this license plate is reflecting even all the way back here. So we'll keep going all the way back to the edge of the driveway. Still looks pretty great all the way down there. And here is the camera without any night vision or the floodlight, just so you can see that if you do have like a light or a lamp near the camera, that will work pretty well. But even at night, you're getting color. Looks pretty good. Here we do have a big lamp near the home, so that's helping out, but you're not going to see this as much. So that's where the spotlight is so important to have. And here we have just the night vision, so the spotlight isn't on, but it has the IR LED, so it can see black and white here at night and even show the license plate really nice. And if you go back, you can still see that pretty good. Now this is very far back. Typically you're gonna have this camera right over your garage and be able to see pretty close by, but I'm going pretty far back here, and I think this picture looks great. Ah, silver, never mind. And lastly, we have a few audio options we can adjust. So here we can turn on record audio. We can use a doorbell chime as an extender. I'm not using that right now, so I don't need to turn that on. And then here you can sound a siren on this camera if the interior alarm is triggered. So if you have your system armed, when it goes off, you can also have it play outside on the speaker that the camera has, which is great, so that it really alerts everyone that something is going on here at the home. And that is pretty much it on all the settings that you would want to adjust on this camera. And I love how the Outdoor Camera Pro 3 as well as the Spotlight Pro are all kind of all in one. I don't have to go to a bunch of different places, but right there I can adjust them all very easily. So now let's check out some of the footage I've captured over the few days of using this camera. All right, you ready? Go along. Nice. Oh, never mind. It needs a paint job.
Don't you lay one finger on the priceless vehicle.
And that's just about everything the Vivint Outdoor Camera Pro 3 can do with the Spotlight Pro. I loved everything about how this enhanced the security of my home, from the Spotlight Pro being able to follow somebody when they get close and all the different deter settings with that, from being able to see my entire yard in very sharp quality with the camera, and having the new radar enhanced technology where it can determine if somebody's a little too close to my vehicle and give me alerts based on that. So if you're ready to up the security in your home, make sure you check out the link down in the description below and use my discount code for up to 30% off your order. If you have any further questions about the Vivint Smart Home System, let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.